Who's ready to get a little bit better? If so, comment yes right now. Woo! Here we go. That woo felt a little appropriate for the conversation that we're going to have. If you're married or in a committed relationship, say I in the comments. I know probably vast majority of my audience fits into one of those categories: committed relationship, married. Be honest, even if you're single, you might want to take notes on this one, because I'm going to give you some tools to avoid some pain in your future if you desire to be in a committed relationship. Because pretty sure that every relationship that ever existed has gotten to, if you've been in a minute, or will eventually, like some of you like newlyweds and like, I'm so in love, like just take notes. You'll need what I'm getting ready to give you a little bit later. But we can get to a place, because it's natural, it's human, where we lose some passion. The spice is no longer spicy. The relationship becomes very bland. It becomes very boring. And so the question is, how do I get the passion back in my relationship? How do I get some spice back? How do I get the fire? How do we bring romance and passion into a relationship? How do we get that back? I've asked that question more than once, because sometimes you got to learn things multiple times. And this is one that I don't care how good you are. You're always going to come back to this. There's always relationships are seasonal. I've been married for 22 years, happily married, love my wife. My parents have been married for like 50 years, actually, her parents and my parents. So like, I've had some pretty good examples in my life, which I'm very, very grateful for. But this right here, like this is foundational. So if you've been in that place or are in that place where you feel like the relationship's lacking passion, I'm going to answer this from a little bit different way. But here's what I would say. Some of you are kind of read in and you've done study and you've heard people teach about masculine and feminine energy. The whole idea between masculine and feminine is masculine and feminine. For a relationship to work, there's got to be polarity. So come on, you guys remember grade school classes when you had two magnets and you had two positive charge. And if you have two positive charged magnets, what happens when you try to put them together? Boom, right? They don't go together, because if you got masculine, and like that's going to push away. So what you're going after in your relationship when the passion has fizzled is because there is no polarity. There's not contrast in how you're showing up. So maybe you're both showing up in feminine energy, you're both showing up in masculine energy, but whatever it is, polarity has gone away. And so the answer that I want to give you of how do I bring the passion back is in a line: create more polarity in your relationship. You lost passion because you lost polarity. You want more passion? Bring back more polarity in your relationship. So, now some of you are like, whoa, like you lost me. Let me break this down. And this is what I'm getting ready to teach you is something I learned from Tony Robbins. He touches on it in Unleash the Power Within, but at Date with Destiny, which is a 6-day event, an entire day dedicated to relationship, powerful, transformative, really, really good stuff. Changed my life. Like the events that I went to have changed my life. But he talks about this whole idea of masculine and feminine. By the way, another great book about this, it's called Fully Alive. Trying to remember the name off the top of my head. Larry Crabtree. Now, that is a very Christian faith-focused framework of it. But for me, like, Bible's my source. So, like, everything I'm getting ready to teach you, for those of you that are wondering, like, straight up biblical framework as well, even though I learned it at an event where it wasn't framed biblically necessarily. So I'm not going to give you chapter and verse, but this is good stuff that really is in alignment. So if you want to destroy polarity, I'm going to come at this from a negative. If you want to destroy intimacy in a relationship, I'm going to give you the foolproof way for you to be able to do that. Gentlemen, let's start with you. Gentlemen, if you would like to destroy intimacy with your significant other, here's what you need to do. You need to make her feel 3 U's. 3 U's. First, you need to make her feel unseen. Make her feel invisible, forgotten, that like she just doesn't matter. First step, make her feel unseen. Step number 2, make her feel unsafe. Make her feel whether that's physical danger or emotional trauma or financially, whatever you can do to create instability, an unsafe feeling in her, just do that and you're on your way to destroying intimacy. And then finally, to take it over the top, make her feel not understood. Another way, if you want the you to be first, unseen, right? Unheard. Unheard or not understood. So just make her feel like she talks and you don't listen. Make her feel like she can talk to us, she's blue in the face, and you're not going to attempt to understand her. Never ask a question to clarify anything. Never ask her what she thinks. Just foolproof. Tell her what she thinks. And if she has emotions that you don't agree with, tell her how they're wrong and fix them for her. So, gentlemen, that's all you got to do to destroy the intimacy with a woman. Make her feel unseen, unsafe, and not understood, and you'll do it. You like my sarcasm? Some of you don't like my sarcasm. I think I'm kind of funny right now. I'm trying to be funny. So, gentlemen, what are you going to do if you want to build intimacy? So this is what creates polarity, right? So this is you getting in that, like these 3 U's are the 3 U's to create distance with that feminine energy in your wife, in your significant other, right? So how do you lean into that? To lean into make her come alive in the beauty of her feminine energy of who God created her to be. You just flip those 3 things. It's pretty simple. So instead of making her feel unseen, make her feel seen. How do you do that? Give her your attention all the time. Like, I know that seems impossible, but if you're feeling the gap, the distance, the lack of passion, you turning that around, getting the passion back, let me tell you something, not going to start in the bedroom, gentlemen. Not going to, it was fun. Not going to start with buying her some sexy lingerie. Oh, woo. Yeah, then she's going to be like, seriously, you don't see me at all? You don't understand me at all? No. You want to turn this around and rebuild, rekindle the passion in your marriage or your committed relationship. Make her feel seen, which means give her attention. Make her feel safe, right? Just flip it. Make her feel safe. And again, that is emotionally. That is physically. Some of you got some anger issues that if you don't deal with it, you're never going to have intimacy in your marriage or your committed relationship the way you want. Just plain and simple. Deal with that anger. Stop taking it out on her. So physically, emotionally, financially, some of y'all need to get a job. You need to create another stream of income. You need to stop spending more than you make and have some money in the bank. Literally, you could ask her how much money needs to be in the bank so that you feel safe and secure financially. And then do whatever it takes legally to get that amount of money in the bank, to give her that safety, security, the peace of mind. Will that have an impact in the bedroom? You better believe it. Might not be immediate. But like, again, intimacy is not just about physical passion. We all know that. Like, I'm not an idiot here. I've done marriage counseling for 20 plus years. And like, I know what this is about, but I'm talking about the real aspects of it, right? So how do you rekindle it? And then lastly, make her feel understood. Make her feel heard. You're going to have to become a good listener. Listen, ask questions, be present with her so that you can meet that need in her life. You do those 3 things, gentlemen, watch her come alive. Watch the beauty of that feminine energy. Some of you, you're married to someone and they've been operating in more masculine energy because you ain't doing your job. Because she's been looking to you for these 3 things, but you haven't been giving them to her. And so she's got to figure out how to survive on her own. I'm telling you, you want to turn it around, make her feel seen, make her feel safe, make her feel understood. You will be shocked at all the ripple effects that creates in your relationship. All right, gentlemen, I'm done with you. Ladies, I can't say all the single ladies because we're talking to the committed ladies here. In relationships, married, you want to shut off intimacy with your significant other? Here you go. Foolproof way to shut down intimacy, to shut down the masculine energy, to destroy the polarity that creates attraction in your relationship. 3 simple ways, 3 C's. First C is be critical of your significant other. Just like beat them down when they do something wrong, no matter how small it is, like blow it up and like tell them where they get it wrong. And if they do like 3 things and 2 of them are right or 1 of them are wrong, just focus on the one thing they did wrong, okay? So don't give them any credit and take credit and like just beat them up for the one thing. So just be critical every opportunity. Oh, secret sauce here. Be critical of them in front of other people. Doesn't matter if your kids or their boss or some friends, like social settings, like this amplifies the effect of this. You will destroy that intimacy so much quicker if you just be critical of them at every opportunity. Number 2, if you want to destroy the intimacy, close yourself off. Close yourself off emotionally. Close yourself off spiritually. Close yourself off physically. Close yourself off so that when he gets in that masculine energy and he comes towards you, because that's what a man is supposed to do. He's supposed to move towards the woman. When he does that, just shut him down. Close yourself off. Turn your back. Walk away. Say no. Reject him. Tell him you got a headache, even when you don't have a headache. Like, just shut him down. And if you close yourself off enough, he's going to stop approaching you. Again, whether that's emotionally, physically, spiritually, any of those areas, if you close yourself off enough, he's going to stop making the effort. And so that puts you well on your way to completely shutting down the intimacy with your significant other. And then finally, number 3, control him. Just control him. Don't let him make decisions. Act as if he does not have a brain and he needs you to make decisions for him. Now, guys, I'm being kind of tongue-in-cheek, and I'm trying to have a little fun with this. But some of you ladies watching this, you're shocked that your relationship doesn't have the passion and the romance, and he never surprises me, and like he doesn't treat me like he used to treat me. And yet, if you go down that list and ask yourself, am I critical? Am I closed off? Am I controlling? And you give honest answers, you can't help but say, oh my goodness, I've shut him down. I've destroyed the polarity that creates the attraction. And you have to take ownership of that. Just like the guys did. I was pretty hard on the guys too, right? I'm just trying to be honest with you because I've been, and my wife and I, we've shared our story publicly. Like there was a time we went a year without having sex in our marriage. And like, did I feel closed off? Yeah. And it was tough, right? So these things are real. And I've experienced all these, all of you have experienced all these things, but it helps turn the lights on when you can realize the effect and you realize that the feminine energy needs to be seen, safe, and understood. And the masculine, if you flip those 3 C's around, ladies, you want to light up your relationship. You want to bring back the passion, the fire, the spicy, the romance, him doing things unexpectedly. You want to bring it back? Real simple, 3 things. You need to affirm him instead of criticize. You need to choose to be open and playful. Open yourself. Playfulness is just kind of another word to say, man, when was the last time you were playful with your significant other? Because that openness, that playfulness, that beauty of that feminine nature of how God made you to be, like open and playful. And then lastly, instead of control, give him freedom. Give him freedom to be who he was designed to be, to learn, to fail, to make a freaking wrong turn, ladies. I know you think you know how to drive better than him, and he's not that good at it. But for Pete's sake, let the man drive. This might be a little personal there. So, but it's real, isn't it? How many of y'all argue in the car? And if you look at it, why? Because he feels like you're trying to control him. And at the same time, you're being critical. And then when he takes the wrong turn, you close yourself off. Oh my goodness. It's like a perfect storm every time you all get in the car to shut down intimacy. Okay. So I'm trying to be as practical as I can and as real as I can. Guys, it is not complicated to relight the fire in your committed relationship, whether that's marriage or long-term relationship. It's not that complicated. You do these 3 things for your husband, for your wife, for your significant other. You do those 3 things and watch what it will happen. Listen, here's the beauty. You don't need to watch this video and then be like, hey, honey, like, I just heard a video that told you what you need to do so you can fix our bed. No, take responsibility. We don't point fingers. That's on the failure curve, all right? You need to hear this and say, what do I need to do? How can I take full responsibility? And you might like those and be like, oh, I'm doing pretty good on that, but I kind of suck on the other 2. Focus on those 2, elevate, amplify the one you're doing good at, and then focus on kind of closing the gap on the other one. So I hope this served you. Who's ready to increase the polarity that brings that passion and attraction back into your relationship? I gave you the tools. I'm curious if you're able to identify, like, what is the thing you need to do? Do you need to affirm? Do you need to be open and playful? Do you need to give more freedom, ladies? Or gentlemen, do you need to give her more attention and time? Make her feel seen? Do you need to make her feel more safe? Or do you need to do better at making her feel understood, heard, valued, important in your life? So drop it in the comments. Would love to see it. Happy to interact with you, answer some questions, serve you if I can in the comments. So, hey guys, I love you. I want you to have amazing, like, passion-filled, life-fulfilling relationships. And I've given you some tools to do that today. So this is where you should get off this video right now and you should go out there and give your greatness to the world. You should give love in the way they need to receive it to your significant other. If you got one, I love you guys. Have a great week.